Hello everybody. I start week 6 here on the assignments page because there is a piece of writing coming up that'll be new to you. It's not really long. It's just about 3 paragraphs beyond what you did on your statement on a wicked problem. But it'll be organized a little differently. However, you can use part of your statement on a wicked problem for this. Let me show you. And this is where you bring in the voices of others on your wicked problem. Now, let me scoot down to instruction 3. You can take your first paragraph from a wicked problem as you see it assignment. Just plan it right there as your first paragraph. And then before you go on to the next paragraph, just add a statement of purpose for this assignment, which is examining 3 sources that discuss your wicked problem. Now back to the beginning of the assignment. You've got to find an article, and this will also be new to you because you won't be just Googling your wicked problem. A lot of the articles out there aren't based on fact or expert research or any kind of knowledge, and they're often biased. So use the Mesa College Library's article database. Those are professionally written articles, and they're often peer-reviewed, which means people in that profession who have a level of expertise have to read the article before it gets published to make sure that it's not biased and not made up of bogus information. So that's the way to go. And I'll walk you through that in a minute, but if you scroll down here on the left, you'll see this Mesa Library. We'll go there in a minute or two. You can use Google, but just for the web source and not the article, as you see right here. Now, if you do the math, you have 3 sources. So you can use 2 articles or 2 web sources, as long as you come up with 3. And yeah, there you go. Okay, so now here's the rest of the assignment. As far as what it'll look like when you finished it, you'll have that first paragraph I mentioned right here, and then the second, third, and fourth paragraphs will each be dedicated to one of the sources you looked at. And you'll need to summarize. See the art of summarizing, and they say, I say, because you're not there to argue with the source. You're there merely to report what it says. And oh, by the way, if your source is hell-bent on solving the problem, don't give that too much attention. It's too soon to get to that. We got to understand the problem. We got to diagnose it. We got to frame it. We have to look at the root causes first to make sure we're solving the right problem and asking the right questions. So once you do that, each of your sources getting its own paragraph, and yeah, you can quote, but do it minimally, just something really worth quoting, no more than 1 sentence. Now your final paragraph, that would be the 5th one, your first, then the 3 sources each get a paragraph, so you're down to paragraph 5. Just compare each source to at least one of the others. In other words, compare one source to one other source you used, or the other 2 you used. Got it? Then just go 2 spaces down give the full bibliographic citation to each of your sources, and I'll dwell on that for a second too. But give me a few minutes on that. I'll walk you through this. And below your bibliographic citations, add a design statement, a separate paragraph describing any computer software application, website, or online tool you used, how you used it, and what influence it has on your finished essay. Now read through this a couple of times as you go, just to make sure you don't miss anything. There are a few things to avoid here, so keep an eye out for those. Now, as promised, let me go to the Mesa College Library site, because you've got to find that article, right? And we put it right here on Canvas for you. And you can try to search on your own if you'd like. And I'm not seeing the, they have a cool thing here on citing sources. Let's have a look at that for a second, just really quick. This could come in handy. I'm going to give you another way to do that too, and you can pick the one that makes the most sense to you. Let's back up. Let's bop over to the Mesa College actual website. Which they've carefully hidden. The workshops are useful, by the way. Don't get me wrong. There's the website. So you want to go here and keep an eye on this. I'm going to show you something. Research tools, A to Z database list. Now, there are literally thousands of articles in these databases. A database is a list of articles produced by an entity. And this is why you can't find these articles out there on Google, because they require a paid subscription to access the articles in the database, and the college pays that prescription. So, and subscription, by the way, as well. And the prescription is, yes, you can search this way. I suggest a couple. ProQuest is good, for instance. There are a few others. I think InfoTrack is pretty decent as well, but it looks like they pulled it off. ProQuest is still good. But if you spend more than 20 minutes and you're not finding anything, stop. Go back to a way to not waste your time on research. And there is a 24-hour chat called Ask a Librarian. See that? Here you go. So just push that help button. I'm going to do it one more time for you. Help! Okay. You can do an online chat 24/7. That's staffed by research librarians who are experts on using databases, and it's their job to help students with this new task, new to most students anyway. So give that a shot if you just feel you're going down the rabbit hole on the databases. Okay, so as promised, that was the one. I'm going to offer you a little bit more. Let's go back to our class here. It's the easiest way to get there. And besides the way of citing sources that's built in, the cool thing about the article database is there's usually a button to generate the bibliographic citation you'll need after your fifth paragraph. Also, though, there is a pretty sophisticated source here called, let's pop over to web links, the Purdue OWL, which I'm going to activate right now. And it's put up by Purdue University. This is pretty good. Now, you don't need to do a works cited page this time out, but you do need your sources on there. And since you're going to be doing electronic sources, let's just scroll down. It's right there. Now you need to know the type of source, what's an article, database, and so on. And it walks you through this. But it also gets better. Let me show you something. It's got a citation generating engine right here. Is that pretty cool? So yeah, give that a shot, see how it looks. So that's it for the week. Of course, you've got some reading to do, and you've got reading questions. And the reading is there to help you in this direction of this assignment. Chapter 5, and They Say, I Say. Also Chapter 7. And they're writing tips for this type of writing. They'll come in handy, I think. Also, Chapter 3, as I mentioned in the actual assignment, The Art of Summarizing. Okay, have a great week. Remember, if you get stuck or have questions, bop on over to the discussions page, go to the class chat room. I check it often. Have a great week.